Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Just do me one small favor, do me a solid. As soon as you come in, hit the like button on this video so it'll be friendly to the algorithm. And if you do, I truly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the video and consider subscribing to my channel. Now, I've heard a lot of people break down Kendrick's Watch the Party Die, and rightfully so. I think it was a masterclass that is very deserving of all the accolades that it has gotten so far. I will take it a step further and say that it's not just pertaining to the music industry, in my mind. In my mind, there are several places that we need to watch the party die. And though I have listened to many breakdowns, I mean hours and hours of it prior to making this, which is why I've taken so long to make this video, I have not heard anybody say that they agree. Right? Everybody has a take on what it could mean, what he was trying to say, who it was pertaining to exactly. I haven't heard anybody say that they agree. And this is where I come in, because I agree wholeheartedly. I think it is time to watch the party die. And I don't think there's any cinematic piece, in recent history at least, that better encapsulates that thought than The Boys, where Soulja Boy destroys Herogasm, right? Because essentially this is what the music industry has been, right? It has been this ginormous orgy of things going on in the shadows, behind closed doors, that only the people there know about. All right, those of us on the outside, maybe we have an inkling, maybe there has been some word spread, but there's no hard proof unless you were actually there. All right, unless you were actually there, or you came upon a recording, or there was somebody that did not belong for some reason that was there, we don't actually know. This goes into Diddy's arrest just a few days ago. All right, I see people all over YouTube saying, oh, Diddler has been caught and he's going away for life, all these other things. Listen, Epstein was caught too, was he not? What happened with that? What happened with his little black book? But that's another topic for another day, definitely. Diddy, we have to wait and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen to him. Everything is alleged until he has his first day in court, and after that judge bangs the gavel and hands down his sentence, I don't have a clue what's going to happen. But I know 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube is a lot. That's a lot, right? 1,000 bottles? That's a mansion. You could slather the whole floor of an entire mansion with that and still have maybe like 900 bottles left. So that's a lot of lube. And I don't know what size they were, but if we're talking family size, that's a lot of money. Baby oil, Johnson & Johnson baby oil, it ain't cheap. But like I said, that's another topic for another day. We will wait and see what happens. But Kendrick has went in as Soulja Boy with that nuke in his chest to watch the party die. I think he already played the part of Thanos, in my humble opinion. I think he already snapped. Right? Tried to create balance, because I think that's what Thanos was doing. If I'm being honest, that's how I took it. And the scene before obviously was Soulja Boy at Herogasm. That's when that nuke was about to go off in his chest, and the twins had just tried to activate their powers, not realizing that this dude actually makes your powers null and void, right? Just being in his presence for long enough, depending on how powered up you are, once he hits you with that nuke, though, it's over. I mean, he's either going to turn you into ether, or he's going to completely take your power away. Now, if you haven't watched The Boys, sorry, this is a bit of a spoiler, but Soldier Boy is actually the most powerful. In my opinion, it's not Homelander. All Homelander has to do is get hit with that nuclear blast one time, and I think he's finito, right? He's done for. That's it. But I think Kendrick has already snapped. In my opinion, since Euphoria, he already snapped. They not like us, he already snapped. I think now it's time to, clean out the followers, the hedonism from hip hop, right? The Molly poppers, the weed smoking, syrup drinking, those types, right? The guys that only promote, the gold chains, the diamonds, the fast cars, the loose women, etc., 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 right? I think this is what he's talking about when he says it's time to watch the party die. But the way I took it is that it could be on such a bigger level, right? I think there's a lot of areas of society where that needs to happen as well. I was in the grocery store not too long ago, and I was looking at this display that they had, and something caught my eye. There was a Raisin Bran, right, which was a smaller size than I remember it being, and I'm looking at the one right next to it, but they're sitting in the same area. Do you know what I realized? There was this Raisin Bran that used to be 16.6 ounces. They changed the size of the box to 14.5 ounces, right? 2.1 ounces less. Do you know they only took the price down by a dime, by 10 cents? After taking away 2.1 ounces, right? Smaller box, more compact, everything. They took the price down by a dime. So it went from $3.95 to $3.85. I actually took a picture of it. Among other things that I was in there just, looking at and just, being disgusted by all the different chemicals and additives that's in food, right? But you have people who are in government who are supposed to be regulating things like the FDA and these big corporations and the kind of things that they are allowed to pass on to us, the public, right? But these guys are getting lobbied, right? They're getting money. When they leave, they're super rich. Everybody's wondering how come. I mean, you make a six-figure salary, but I know you got bills to pay. How is it that you're leaving so much richer than when you went in? Why? But the public has to pay for it. And that's why, to me, this song is so much bigger than just hip hop. But let's take a listen and let's hear what he has to say. Let's take a little listen and see if we can pick up some kernels, some nuggets.
I think it's time to watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get whacked and disqualified. We even killed the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn the whole village, we start over. It's really that time, right?
Burn the whole village and start over. It's really that time. We even killed the killers because they're taking innocent lives. All right? So this is not just about hip hop. This is about, his people in general, our people. Right? The criminals throughout our hoods that's responsible for, the drug dealing, the drive-by shootings, all of that stuff. It's really that time. And like I said, this is not just about music. It's about things in general, which is why I have THANOS up, right? Because I think if that balance can be set in people's minds, like, okay, you know what? Half of y'all need to go. Right now, THANOS did it indiscriminately. I would say that half that need to go, hopefully all the bad ones are caught up in that snap. Right? But to me, what I'm saying is that, yeah, it's a song, but you have to listen to it and just apply it to what you know. Right? Apply it to how things are so much different in this country and think about how much better it could be if certain things weren't as they are currently. Let's continue.
With these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. If you parading gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company. Just tell us what casket the Jews say.
What? You parading gluttony, but you're not giving truth to the youth. Right? And as I said, the weed smoking, syrup drinking, fast car having, talking about the wraiths, the fast cars, the loose women, the parties. All these guys do is party. It seemingly, I don't remember the last time I heard a song, rap lyric about helping the community by any popular artist, about doing something good for the community. And by the way, yes, he did destroy Drake. Drake lost. It was terrible. I think he lost since Euphoria. Some people say he lost since Not Like Us, but I'll even take it back to Meet the Grams. He lost terribly, right? Regardless of his popularity, he didn't have any ammo for Kendrick. Right? Imagine walking out with a street sweeper and just spraying indiscriminately, but every bullet hits his target. That's what happened with Drake and company.
Party more than bitches. Tell me, what are you working for? They glorify scamming. You get chipped over this credit card. Influencers talk down because I'm not with the basic shit. But they don't hate me. They hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never did right because I won a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life. Head inside the book because he concerned with that. Information that'll change his life because he yearns for that. Dedication. Finding out what's right because he can earn from that.
There's so much to unpack in these lyrics. I mean, if I had to do it bar by bar, I would probably be here for maybe like 3 to 4 hours, honestly, because I've listened to this song about maybe 30, anywhere from 30 to 40 times. Like it's probably more than that, honestly. I've listened to it like 5 to 10 times in a row at a time, just recycling it and playing it back and just thinking how much of this applies not just to the black community, not just to politicians and publics, but just public policy. You know, how the fruits that we have, they're coming from all these other places, and what is going on with the farming in this country? How is it that we have to buy fruit from other places? Right, coming up, I mean, Florida had all the oranges, California had all the grapes, except Georgia, the peaches, and et cetera, et cetera. Every place, that it was known for something, for producing something, and it was kind of famous for it. Like California even had their wines and things of that nature. And all of a sudden you go to the farmer's market or your grocer, if you're in an urban area, they all have these stickers from Argentina and all these other places, right? Everything from avocados to bananas, whatever it is. It's like, where's the stuff that's being produced here? What's going on? And it makes you wonder, right? This song is bigger than just hip hop. Take my word for it.
For the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit, can't blame them. Today they ain't really got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas? Will trade all of y'all for nip. I can't be tired of you niggas. God give me life, dear God please give me peace. Dear God please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God keep me shining. The fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police.
How many of these chicks is harder than a lot of you niggas? I trade all of y'all for Nip. So, of course, Nip was killed years ago, right? And I think he's talking about whether it's street dudes or whoever, people in the industry. Yeah, there's a lot of snakes in the industry because just what happened with Nip, and you can see the interviews or the times Big U has spoken. He is a very suspicious character to me. This dude does not look like somebody who lost um, a younger, a YG essentially that was under him, under his protection, to violence when he's addressed about Nipsey's death. Doesn't look that way. And a lot of times you'll think, well, if you are in the business of extorting people for money, you lose this person, then you're losing the salary. But okay, what if that person was tired of paying you in the first place? What if that person was actually bigger than gang or becoming bigger than gang? Right? And this is the problem with people that are stuck in a certain mentality. And I think this is one of the things that he's addressing, whether it's street dudes or anybody else. If you can't look and say, all right, we kind of in a bad state, this dude is making some money. Maybe we can do some things to make the community better. Not let me just latch on to him and see how much I can leech off of him. Let's see how we can work together and make this place so much better. Right? Because if you have somebody that's bringing in a lot of money, they got a lot of eyeballs on them, they got people that want to sponsor them, right? People that want to pay them a lot of money because of their talents, and you're close to this person, why not work together to make your place a better place? Better than it was. That's why he said that some of them, they can't look to the future. All they're looking at is now. And of course, all you have is the present because you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. But you can make plans for it. Right? You want your kids growing up in a better place, a better way, better situation than you did. Right? Compton doesn't always have to be the relegated to the scum of the earth. It can be better than that. I mean, it's had negative connotations since Jesus, what, the 70s? I mean, as early as I can remember, I can't remember anything being said in a positive light about Compton itself, apart from the standout figures that came from Compton. Right? Or the people that came from poverty who made it into the limelight. When they say that they're from Compton, then that's all the blessings that they get. But apart from that, it's like, wow. Let's continue.
God bless these words. Dear God, bless how I think. Dear God, draw the line. They trying to confuse them with me.
And you notice that the chorus is actually a prayer, right? He's asking God for all these things. Just to, it's really riveting, man. You have, if you have not listened to it, you have to listen to it at least a few times, not just once. Play it over and over.
Dear God, please forgive me. You knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Get them going, we gon' watch the party die. Send them home, we gon' watch the party die. I think it's time to watch the party die. Street niggas and the corporate guys, the rappers that report the lies. I need the...
Oh, did you hear that? Street niggas and the corporate guys, the reporters that report the lies, right? So, like I said, we not just covering hip hop. We not just covering hip hop in this song, and this is only halfway through. Right, the song is about 5 minutes, and we are at 2:25. So the street dudes, yes, but what about the corporate guys that put on these gang affiliated singers, songwriters, rappers, right? Knowing that they come from the streets, knowing that they come from all this kind of beef, right? And allow them to perpetrate these things through their music. Yeah, it might be entertaining, but look how many lives have been lost to it already. right? FBG Duck, King Von, Mo 3, Pop Smoke. So many young dudes that have lost their life to violence, overdoses. I mean, it's come on. Like he said, it's time to watch the party die. You've allowed this thing to like fester to a point where, like I said, this is why I compared this latest thing to like, all right, he's now in Soldier Boy mode, and I'll bring that back up. All right, so this is where he's at right now. He's at the party, right? This is Soldier Boy at Herogasm, and he's actually going for the twins. But strangely enough, there's this Russian music that's playing in the background, right? Which is making him a little bit unhinged because if you don't know the story, this is a bit of a spoiler. The Russians had him and they worked on him, right? This is why he is now nuclear powered, right? They did all kinds of things to him. They tortured him for like years and years and years, trying to see if they could destroy him, all these kinds of things. Because his skin is impregnable, but he has some sort of PTSD because of it. So whereas he just wanted the twins, he ends up wiping out the whole party. It's just this cannon blast out his chest, and it just, you could see people that are in the nude just getting vaporized, right? People get all sorts of third degree to, I don't know, 5, 6 degree burns from just something that was supposed to be a concentrated blast. And I think this is what this song embodies, right? He was already Thanos, he already snapped, right? Went off on some people, right? A lot of people felt like there were certain people within those songs that caught strays, and to me, right, I didn't speak on it before, but I think they were deliberate, right? Looking at this now, listening to this song, I think everybody that caught heat from before, they deserved it. Now we have to go to those parties, and yeah, we just need to wipe the slate clean, right? You said the village, right? So this Herogasm would be that village. Just wipe that out, just everybody just got to go, and let's start over. All right, who is he going to start over with? I don't know. I don't know from this song. I got that piece of information, but it's clear that things need to change. And that is on so many levels, right? So many levels. People that regulate the food, the people that regulate so many different things within the government itself, and it's so deep. Like I said, if I had to go into it, I would literally be here for hours. But I wanted to drop and give you these nuggets so that you could see it for yourself. This character is obviously, I don't know if he, deliberately embodied them, but in my mind, if you could reference the character from television, from a movie or something, these would be the two characters that this is embodying, right? Or his past few works have embodied up till now. And to me now, Watch the Party Die is Kendrick being Soldier Boy at Herogasm, right? Coming for a couple, but we'll be satisfied wiping everybody out. Like I said, that's my take. I hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel and do me a solid, hit that like button. Right? I know YouTube has been treating me like a dishonorable stepchild for a while now, but my intention is to change that by trying to, spread this content far and wide. So until next time, I'll see you around. Peace.